Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. As Mayor of the City of Jackson, I'd like to welcome everyone that is attending this event. It's a brisk morning at the birthplace of the Republic Party under the Oaks.
Hey!
And I might add, the only place that is designated as the birthplace of the Republican Party. I'd like to begin by thanking all the people that were responsible for putting this together on rather short notice. I'd like to thank the Abate Proud Veterans MC Club, the Christian MC Club, Wheels of Destiny, and Jackson Cruisers. I'd also like to thank the U.S. Army Blue Devil Horse Platoon, the Jackson High School Marching Band and Drumline Performance, the Howe Military Academy Drill Team Performance Group, the infamous Jackson High School Black History Tour Group, and the Jackson County ROTC that presented the colors this morning. Also, special thanks to our people that were instrumental in putting this together. Like I said, it was on rather short notice. Special attention should be given to Kara Beard, maybe Bradish from the Chamber of Commerce, Bob Michaels, Greg Walker, and the Reverend Ira Combs. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. However, I am honored to speak in support of our honored guest today. Before I go on with any further introductions, I just want to make note of one person that's really responsible for putting this all together, and that's William Deary. Who has really worked hard, made a lot of phone calls, and if anybody knows William like some of us do, it's going to be done and done the right way. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce or present William, and he'll give a few comments, and we'll move on from there.
Well, I'm delighted to be here today and want to thank everyone for coming out. It really is a truly historic occasion. Not since 1952, when then presidential hopeful Dwight Eisenhower came and visited under the Oaks, we had a ranking dignitary come to Jackson and visit us under the Oaks, and I think it really is a historic and a wonderful moment and a great opportunity for our community. And so I want to thank everyone for joining us. When I had the opportunity to make a determination about who would introduce Senator McCain, there was only one person in my mind that I felt would do that and have the opportunity to do it in such a way that would make a lasting impression. The person's name is Jack Fellows. For those of you that are old enough to remember the Vietnam War, many of us who had friends and family that were fighting that war, on occasion had the unfortunate circumstance to also know a person who was shot down and a person who became a prisoner of war. And Jack Fellows' daughter Kathy and I went to school, and as a 7th grader, I put a POW bracelet on my wrist with Jack Fellows and the date that he was shot down. I was one of the very few fortunate people that when the POWs came home, I could take that bracelet off of my wrist and present it back to that POW who had fought for our country and who had suffered for our country as a prisoner of war, along with John McCain, and that's Jack Fellows. And I am absolutely delighted to present him to you today to introduce the Senator. Jack?
Thank you very much. I have known John McCain for 50 years, plus or minus a couple. I knew him at the Naval Academy, mostly by reputation. He graduated 10th in his class, and I graduated 10th in my class. He was 10th from the top, and I was 10th from the bottom. We flew different planes, in the same planes in different squadrons together. And then one day I found out that John had decided to join me in Hanoi. My wife and I have such great respect for John that she had me dye my hair today so that I could have that same look. We don't want John to feel he's the oldest guy here. But I have had a tremendous amount of respect. I watched John turn the Vietnamese down for, they wanted to send him home early. Without even flinching, he said no. And then a lot of times in Vietnam, you're kind of careful how you said no. And they kicked the hell out of him, but he said no. He was going home in the order of a shoot down with the rest of us. Tremendous resistor, tremendously loyal American and loyal to us, help us keep us alive. We all work together on this to keep each other alive. I personally think that this country could get on its feet again in certain areas if we elected John as president. Hey! He's a man that speaks the truth. It's not what you want to hear, but what the truth is. So I'm very honored to present Senator John McCain.